Lost souls up. It's lost souls.
All right, gentlemen. Bill H3427 proposing that we raise the minimum wage from $7.25 to $15 per hour. What are your thoughts?
I personally believe that raising the minimum wage to 15 is a great idea. While minimum wage might be okay for teenagers, college students to have some money to have some fun with, it is not enough money to make a decent living with. You're not going to be able to afford a family. You can't have any kids. You're going to have them working. And it's just...
All right. Well, I mean, with a high minimum wage, these people aren't even going to have jobs. They're all going to get laid off. Companies are not going to stand for that.
Okay, but so what is my uncle doing right now? He doesn't have a higher education. He doesn't have a degree. He's working for $7.25 trying to raise his 7-year-old son.
Well, I mean, I get that that's not a good life to live, but what's he going to do with $0 an hour when he gets laid off because of the high wage? Minimum wage doesn't guarantee that you're going to get a job.
He made a great point out of it. You know, there's a lot of people with no education, and they probably couldn't get an education, probably because of the minimum wage at their time. So it's a problem that keeps going on, and I think we should increase it to $15 to increase the quality of life for workers and people who didn't have a chance to study and get their degrees, and now they're looking for a job, and there's not a lot of jobs available for these people. So
and to piggyback on what Checo said, I totally agree. It's one of those things where these companies need to take a cut out of their profits. It's all about giving back to these workers at this point. You could say, oh, the price change and the inflation is going to affect prices and it's going to put even more people out of work, but I don't think that's the goal here, is to raise prices. I think it's to pay our workers more money. So it's not necessarily about keeping things balanced and making more because you're paying more. It's about paying our workers more money, and it's about these major billion-dollar corporations taking a cut once and for all.
Well, the thing is, while that's ideal, it ain't gonna happen. And if, hypothetically, let's say all the rich CEOs do decide to take a cut, well, what happens to the small businesses that would be forced to either shut down or lay off everyone and go electronically if we did this?
But so why small businesses close if the CEO of Walmart made $12 million instead of $62 million?
Well, they would close because they're being forced to pay this $15 minimum wage, and they cannot afford that.
But if
they raise their prices.
If these multi-billion-dollar corporations, if these CEOs are making $50-60 million per year, isn't there more than enough money going around to pay these employees $15 per hour?
In those companies, yes, hypothetically.
And aren't those the companies we're talking about here?
Well, no, because everybody is subject to the minimum wage. The Daily Treat, a small mom and pop diner, they're subject to it too. And they're not going to have the money to pay this because they have one location in northern New Jersey and not stores all across the country and even the world.
But I guess my other argument is that these mom and pop shops have a lot to do in their power in order to change, the way that they pay their workers, the way that they earn their revenue. They're able to make up for that. These multi-billion-dollar corporations, even easier for them to make up for that. If the CEO's got to take a little bit of a pay cut, I think that's enough money to pay every employee a couple more dollars per hour just off of his salary alone, But I think all in all, it comes down to the fact that we've got minimum wage workers, whether they be 15-year-old or 39-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? They're all working for $7.25 an hour, and these people are working for a wage that can hardly buy them the meal that they're preparing.
Well, what are they going to do when their wage is $0 an hour? All right, so then this brings me to my second argument. The cost-push inflation is going to hurt everybody. It's going to inflate prices on everything. It's going to lower our GDP, could cause a recession, and it's going to lower these people's real incomes when adjusted for inflation.
Well, the way that I look at it is it's doing a lot more than we're doing now. Our employees that are working for this wage really need something at this moment in time, and I think it could really help. We're going to do everything that we can to obviously combat the threats that come at us from this decision, but for now, All in favor of raising the minimum wage to $15 from $7.25? Yay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nay. Gentlemen, I've called this meeting because I have some bad news for you. As you know, we're a very small corporation proudly serving the great state of New Jersey. With the recent spike in the minimum wage, it's become very expensive to keep workers, and that has forced our company to make a very difficult decision and lay off some workers in favor of technology, which is more cost efficient. So, Mike, it was a pleasure working with you, and Colton, pleasure working with you.
Are we done?
Is that it?
Well, you guys are great cashiers. Don't get me wrong. It's terrible to see you go. But I mean, well, I can only afford one worker now. And by the way, Jekko, you gotta work 80 hours a week now. So, it kills me to do this. There will be a parting gift for you.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Thank you guys for your services. I really wanted you on the team, Jekko. Thanks for staying.
Thank you very much, sir.
And by the team, I mean the basketball team for the charity tournament next week.
Okay. I'll see you at work.
3 days later.
Man, I hate coming back here.
But you know, they've got great coffee.
And sandwiches.
Anyway, now that we're done at Wawa, what's next?
Back to the job, hon.
Got any ideas?
We'll show them.
We'll show them.
Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody for my own.
Hey, wait, that's Checo. Hey, Checo, you getting off?
Yeah. Can I catch a ride with you guys?
Yeah, come on.
All right, thanks, man.
So, Checo, how's Wawa been since we were laid off?
Man, that sucks, you know. Since he laid you guys off, I work 8 hours a week. I don't even have time to see my family, you know. Can't see my kids. I come home and they're sleeping. My wife is working just as hard as me, you know. But we don't really have a choice. Gotta take care of the family, you know. You gotta do what you have to do. And you know, if it's 80 hours a week, I mean, if I could go back, I wish you guys could still work with me because, you know, I need a help and it will be much easier.
These bags are expensive. Excuse me, sir. Do you work here?
Yes, I do.
Do you know if you guys are hiring at the moment?
My apologies, but this minimum wage hike, it's just too expensive to have any new workers. It's impossible even to keep me.
Another one bites the dust.
This was $2 last week. $6 now? Phew.
Yeah, man. This is $3 last week. It's $10 this week. Ever since that minimum wage hike, prices have just kept going up and up.
Man, I'm a worker at Wawa, and you know, I was loving that increase, but that pay increase is not buying me anything more, so what's the point of it?
Take a step into the light. Take a look up in the mirror.
Alright, we'll show them. You want to run in Speedway real quick and see if you can grab us some applications?
We got the power in our
They're not hiring.
Not hiring. You can't afford to pay his employees either?
No one can.
Get in. Let's go.
And all you really have is memories. Memories. Memories.
So nice to be back in Philly. Haven't had a Krispy Kreme donuts in so long. And I've been waiting for those all day. I can't wait to eat one.
Yeah, growing up, Krispy Kreme has always been my favorite. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts is more popular of the two, but Krispy Kreme has just been more of a mom and pop business, more consistent each year.
Should be right
Should
here.
be right here. What the fuck? Hell? It was right here last month. I literally just had one.
Oh my God, man. I wish I could have one right now.
Sorry, boys. We're done.
What do you mean with that?
Had to call it quits. It's too expensive to employ people now. Couldn't afford to stay in business anymore. We've taken a loss for the past 3 months because of this. I'd give you the last few donuts, but I got a little hungry while I was closing up here, so.
Eventually.
Jeez. What? It's 5 in the morning.
Congressman Findlay. It's Congressman Miller. I hate to wake you at this hour. Gonna have to bring you in for an emergency meeting.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 5 a.m. What's so important? Jeez.
It's the minimum wage bill.
I told you, and now you're bugging me at 5 in the morning for it.
Well, you might have to make some revisions.
You think?
A few moments later.
All right, gentlemen. I appreciate you guys joining me on such short notice. I hate
This
to wait.
better be important.
It is, John. It is. I think you all can probably agree with me. I'm losing a lot of sleep these past couple weeks with the minimum wage bill having been passed. Getting calls day in, day out, all hours of the night. Getting death threats in the mail. My children are being picked on at school because the kids at recess here, their father's doing something wrong for the community.
Yeah, my son Bobby actually got hit in a lunchbox a couple days ago, and he came up with that to me. It was because I voted for it. It's going to be passed.
I didn't even vote for this bill, and they keep my car. So, we gotta do something.
I think we can all agree. We've been through a little bit of turmoil as a result of having passed this bill. Minimum wage, it sounded like a good idea to raise it at first. Thought it would make our constituents happy, but the unemployment rate is just going through the roof. It really hasn't helped much. Inflation, not helping either. Fellas, I think we really just got to admit where we were wrong, and I think it's time we do something to fix this. So, all in favor of passing a law, to abolish what we've done? Aye.
Aye. So, now that we're all up, want anybody? Maybe I should have a Donald Trump hat or a like a cowboy hat or something. Look like I'm from Texas. You? Pleasure working with you.
That's it.
I apologize.
Are we done?
Oh, come on. You ruined the scene now.
No! You ruined the scene! You ruined the scene!
Maybe you got it.
Ciao, come stai?
Bene, grazie.
Tutto bene.
Vaffanculo, ah.